What's going on, guys? Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? It's Wednesday, April 29th. I think the Tesla earnings call is coming out right now. They made 9 cents a share, 16 million. There is a massive short squeeze going on right now in Tesla. Massive short squeeze across the board, really, in all of energy. Chesapeake is filing bankruptcy. I think everybody saw that coming. Real quick on Tesla. Their Chinese factory opened up in February. Reopened, I should say. The Chinese government is very much wanting to get this factory up and running. So, in theory, second quarter will be very much like first quarter. It'll be down a little bit, but it will be profitable. And yeah, Joe, you're gonna have to send me a gift card, buddy. 1,400, here we come. It's coming up on 900 in after hours trading right now. Yep, Tesla is doing awesome. Oh yeah, live, Eric. I am live in EFT. If you follow EFT on Twitter, looks like they're going to try to get what's his name on the Digital Wildcatter podcast, but they're having trouble with a legit voice changer. If any of y'all know about voice changers, hit up Colin on Twitter and let him know what he needs to do because they're having trouble with it. EFT is made up of a lot of anonymous accounts out of fear of retaliation by the industry. I don't necessarily, I don't know, let them come. They can't do nothing that Castro ain't already done to me. Sorry, Scarface line, but I've been chewed up and spit out a couple times in the industry. They don't really concern me, but some of the guys working for the larger private equity groups and stuff try to keep it anonymous. But yeah, Tesla. Talked a lot about Tesla yesterday, so I won't beat them up too much. Their actual earnings call is going on right now, I believe. So we'll hit Tesla really good tomorrow. As you know, it's one of the few stocks I'm long right now. Tesla tankers took a dive today. There was some profit taken in tankers for sure. Good buying time if you want to get in. Second quarter earnings is when I think they're going to peak. Let's see. Yeah, Scorpio's at 22.48 right now. Navios Maritime NNA is at 580. I shared a really cool video on Twitter earlier. If you just search it on YouTube, it's all the tankers on the west coast of California. I mean, the whole coastline, Gulf of Mexico, everywhere is just flooded with these tankers. And they are literally making $2 to $6 a barrel to sit there. And the average tanker can hold 1 million to 2 million barrels of oil. Massive cash revenues for these guys. And NNA, Navios Maritime, they also pay one hell of a dividend too. So pretty good. What's going on, Daniel? Does the pending Trump bailout save Continental, Occidental, and the other Shell E&Ps? Thoughts of government taking equity in anyone who takes their money? It's a weird deal. Continental, I don't know if y'all have seen the article, but they're shutting in they're going to shut 60,000 barrels a day of production in. So it's interesting because I'm not entirely, Continental has a lot of Balkan, and I am not entirely sure how the Balkan is going to respond to shutting in wells. You may, in fact, have to refrac them to get them going again. I don't know. That is a Balkan engineer question, but I think that's a dangerous move shutting them in. At the same time, producing at a loss is bad too. So that's a real tough question. But if shutting in kills your reservoir and you have to refrac them all, you're looking at $2 to $3 million per well to get them all running again, which is a lot of money. As far as the government bailing people out, they've got a lot. Their, I guess, advisors, their experts are Exxon, Chevron, all those guys. So I would think the majors are fighting a bailout like hell because they want to buy up the trash. They want to buy up all the busted up companies. Um, it came out today. They're talking about hundreds of millions of more barrels of storage coming. I don't know where the hell they're getting that number from. I don't know how you would do that. That's You think of a barrel. That's a lot of freaking oil, and 100 million of them. I mean, how if you were to stack a barrel on top of each other, 100 million. What's that? It's like 500 million feet tall at 100 million, 4 foot. Yeah, 4 or 500 feet, 4 or 500 million feet tall. A mile's what, 5,000 feet, 5,200 feet. That's a lot of freaking oil. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't think the Railroad Commission's going to do anything pro ration wise. I do believe they're going to start allowing for temporary storage, though, and that is from a trusted source from inside the Railroad Commission. I think they are going to allow for temporary storage under emergency actions, which will help, but it still doesn't solve the problem that we've got billion barrels around the world just sitting. Yeah, that's a lot of gallons. That's some good math too, Daniel, because I was sitting there, I couldn't even do 4 times 100 million. So by 5 o'clock, my brain is toast. Um, Definitely, I would definitely take advantage of all the tankers right now, though, because they're not to where I started saying get them, but they definitely took a notch down. And the crazy thing is, like, you look at these companies that have announced restructuring, they're going through the roof. Diamond Offshore was up like 60% today. Whiting's been up over 300% in the last couple weeks, or since they went bankrupt. So, like, I don't know if this is the new traders, like I said before, the traders' paradise where they go in and just manipulate the hell out of it. Jim Cramer's getting pretty mad at everybody on Twitter. EFT, he's blocked a lot of people. He got caught in that kind of crappy situation, and he named off a couple producers, but he's openly said he doesn't like oil companies. He likes tankers, but he doesn't like oil companies, but he mentioned them. So, I don't know. This is the pop, though. If you've been watching, this is the pop I was talking about in producers. And this will last for a week or two, I believe. And then it'll set up nicely for a savage, absolute savage shorting position on producers in the coming weeks. My Twitter messages, a lot of guys are getting nervous about their oil producer shorts, and if you just hang in, they're all going to come crashing down. How the government's going to decide who they bail out and who they don't is very interesting. You look at airlines, there's only a few of them, so it's not a big deal. Back in the 2009 crisis, when they bailed out the auto industry, there was only 3 of them, and 4 didn't take any money. So, and that's another point. GM took money and still went under. So just because these companies take money doesn't mean they're not going to go under. But I think federal intervention is a bad idea if it's great for the American consumer right now. oil's crashed 300 and however many million people are loving low gas prices in an election year. So I don't know if they'll actually do something, because if they do something and oil goes up big, that is going to wreak havoc in the November election, because they're going to get a hold of it and say Trump jacked up prices, Trump did this, Trump did that. So I don't know if they want to walk into that scenario. And plus, I get emails every day from major, equity groups and firms looking for production deals to buy. So there's billions and billions of dollars ready to buy bad companies. So I don't see a major bailout. I damn sure don't see where they're going to put 100 million barrels. So we'll see. Unless there's potential they could pay operators based on reserves in the ground, but that would be, I mean, the engineering reports are kind of bullshit on them, especially if you shut them in. So I don't understand that, but that could be a possibility. Yeah, Harold Ham is a. I got choice words for him. Harold Ham, a lot of people don't know, he funded the original environmentalist groups to go up and raise hell about the pipeline up in North Dakota. And the problem was he taught them how to make money. And then finally, the big pipeline said, okay, we'll put a terminal in at the Balkan and take your oil too. So he went to the environmentalists, said, okay, never mind, guys, we're good. Well, they looked at him like, well, no, we're still going to make money. So Harold Ham showed environmentalists how to make a shit ton of money, i.e., Clinton Foundation like, to go out and make money protesting. Harold Ham is a piece of work, let me tell you. Um, and I think his ex-wife is the only one that's made legit money on shale. Everybody else kind of making iffy money, but his ex-wife took down $1 billion settlement in their divorce. Whew, that had to hurt. Do I think oil will hit negative again? I do believe it'll hit negative again. And it's just the whole negative deal is basically when the contracts expire, you have to take ownership of that oil, and there's just nowhere really to put it. So I think a lot of people are going to be in that situation again where they have to pay somebody to take the oil. 1,000 barrels per contract. I don't even know where you'd stick it right now. And from what I've been reading, Cushing isn't full, but most of their storage is uh, basically accounted for by some of the major companies that have already pre-ordered all that storage space. So in reality, I don't know how much Cushing can even handle. That isn't from a certain group of operators already that have bought that storage space, prepaid it. Tesla 1400 by October is a solid bet. Yep, Mark, it is. I like it. Joe's going to be having to send over a gift card, $50 gift card to Chili's or something. Yeah, the Cushing is spoken for, Eric. I don't know on Brent expiring tomorrow. I don't know. Um, one of the weird things about Brent too is it's not under the same rules. Um, Out in the Middle East and other places, I mean, you literally, like Nigeria is especially bad for it. They'll just strip land, dig pits, and just put it in. So I don't. I think it's a lot easier as far as Brent to move around, if that makes sense. Like West Texas Intermediate, I mean, you've got one spot and one spot only where you have to take the oil, which is Digital Wildcatters brought that up. I've said it before, but they brought up the idea of having multiple locations for those oil contracts. I think that's a great idea because it creates a significant issue when you're oversupply like it is now. But I don't think Brent will go negative tomorrow. But I do believe it'll get interesting. Yeah, Department of Energy, Department of Transportation. I don't. What can you really do? Like back to the GM where they bailed out GM. GM was still dead in the water. So they bailed out GM, gave the unions a bunch of the stock. The union sold most of that stock so they could get a new jet and all that crap. And now everybody's pissed at the unions because the unions' pension is crap. So they sold all that stock. It's crap, complete and utter crap. Uh, like what was mentioned. So it should be interesting. Let's see. Has Elon Musk called anybody a pedophile on earnings call yet? One thing about Elon Musk and the earnings, people keep talking about him getting sued. All he's got to show is that there was a legitimate discussion about going private with a major money group, and that lawsuit is over. And I can tell you right now, at the time, the Saudi wealth fund was highly interested in diversification. They had bought a bunch of Tesla. They didn't hold on to it for whatever reason. Bad choice, guys. Bad choice. But I guarantee you, the Saudi wealth fund was the ones Elon Musk was talking to about going private. And all he's got to do is produce the conversation basically to show, hey, we did have somebody to go private with, and all that goes away. So, oh, Treasury. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, DOT kind of set me on a loop. It's like, earnings call. Also on Tesla earnings call, they're playing some country music right now, which is interesting. Maybe they're going to announce the Texas Gigafactory today. They're playing some down home country sounded music. Maybe that's a precursor to a Tesla factory here. They'd be crazy not to build it with the new trade deal with Mexico and Texas port system, Texas business environment. Uh, Texas is not union friendly. Like somebody tries to organize a union in Texas, they basically can be fired. Uh, Pretty interesting. But anyways, it's very business friendly, as most of y'all know in Texas. So, and Elon Musk was talking about Tesla in Texas today, talking about opening back up. Texas is opening back up. So I think he could have something in the works. If you notice, I said this a while back. Elon Musk, whenever he's a smartass on Twitter, something good is coming out. He was a smartass yesterday and today on Twitter. Today it came out they got 9 cents a share earnings, which is $16 million for the quarter. Um, People say it's crap. It's not a lot of money, but considering the China factory was shut down until February, all the stuff going on, I'd say it's a damn good quarter to make any money. Uh, Second quarter, China factory will be opening up, and you've had only roughly a month of disruption so far, and things are opening back up. Uh, I've got a family member that ordered a Tesla during the lockdown, so People are still ordering cars. I don't know how that'll affect everybody else, but they're still ordering cars from what I've seen. Yeah, Joe, you got till October, man. But if it hits 1400 before, for y'all who don't know, Joe and me got a little $50 wager on Tesla hitting 1400. I say it's going to hit 1400. The China factory is going to change everything. Like in China, you don't have near as many emission. Like Tesla would make probably 10 to 15% more per car just if they built Teslas in Texas than California because of all the emission controls. Imagine their profit margins building in China. Like it's going to be insane. There's no telling how much they're going to make. Uh, China is aggressively pursuing electric vehicles right now too. So there's all kinds of subsidies probably being done too to help them. But China is a cash cow for Tesla, and it's been up and running for over a month now. Also, donkey of the day, Oasis Petroleum. They decided it was a good idea to give all their executives a big bonus. Why, I don't know. But they are the donkey of the day. Pump is up big today. Also, ProPetro, PUMP is the ticker. They are up, where do they go? Yeah, up 20%. That company is going to come crashing down, guys. Yeah, they're all set up for shorting, Joe. I'm letting it run another week. I don't think this pop is over. Some of my other videos, I talk about this kind of trap that is going to happen with producers where they pop, and then that's when the shorting begins. Second quarter, they're going to get murdered, and it's just going to be bad. Any good long-term low carbon energy picks? Not really. There's nothing out there that really excites me. I mean, I've got the only thing long right now is Tesla and Scorpio Tankers and Navios Maritime NNA. Those are the only three I'm long right now with until second quarter earnings. Everything else is, and this is strictly energy. Everything else I'm just waiting to short, basically. I'm waiting for this spike to go over. This trap pop that's happening. I've been talking about for a couple weeks now. Uh, Short squeezes on a lot of these guys, Oxy, everybody else, and then the pain will start. Like Apache's up 30% today. That's insane. Marathon Oil, Marathon MRO is the ticker. They have zero hedges, but they're up 25% today. That's insane. So a couple more days of this stupid buying craze, and then the shorts will start, and it's going to be a bloodbath, and we crank the cash register again. All right, guys. Well, I'm shutting it down. Thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe if you ain't already. Uh, Leave questions and comments for me if you have any questions or comments. My email is on my homepage. If you go to the about part of my YouTube channel, my email is right there too. If you have any questions. So, all right, guys, have a good one.